The instant I spotted my grandfather's scrawled note on that crumpled napkin, a chill gripped my spine like frost on glass. 3 desperate words in wavering blue ink slipped to me while my parents' backs were turned. Help me. Alex! He passed it under the table during what they dubbed his supervised family meal. The single hour each week they let him out of his locked room in our house. But this wasn't some care home for the fading mind. This was our family home in Denver. And that bolted door wasn't for protection. It was a cage. My name is Alex Thorne. I just hit 21 that very morning, back from the University of Colorado Boulder for winter break, dreaming of nothing but cozy home meals and reuniting with buddies. Instead, I uncovered the horror. My parents had imprisoned my grandfather for 9 grueling months, dosing him with drugs to mimic madness, all to siphon the $4.2 million he'd built from his lifetime hardware empire. But let me rewind a dozen hours to when I first stepped through the front door of my old Denver home, because you have to grasp how masterfully they'd woven this web of deception. The air hummed with cinnamon and evergreen, a scent that yanked me straight back to childhood Christmases. My mom had decked every inch with festive cheer. The porcelain Santas lined up on the mantel like silent sentinels. The towering 12-foot tree glowing in the corner. Even those quirky wind-up elves chirping carols as you brushed past. It all screamed normalcy, except for the gaping void where Grandpa Elias's chair used to sit. That deep brown leather recliner, polished smooth from decades of Sunday games and nightly news. His self-proclaimed retirement throne since he cashed out his stores. Its absence hit like a punch, a hollow spot in the room's warm glow. "Mom, what happened to Grandpa's chair?" I asked, dropping my backpack with a thud. She emerged from the kitchen, drying her hands on that reindeer apron I'd gifted her back in grade school. She looked unchanged since I'd left for campus in the fall. Maybe a touch slimmer, a few silver threads weaving through her chestnut hair. "Oh, we stashed it in storage," she replied, her tone climbing a notch too sharp. It was falling apart. New stuff coming after the holidays. But Grandpa adores that thing. He'll flip if he sees it gone during a visit. That hitch, a split-second freeze in her smile, like a video buffering mid-frame. It should have screamed trouble right then. "Well, Grandpa Elias isn't dropping by much anymore," she said, pivoting toward the kitchen. "Come on, help with these cookies. Your favorites. Chocolate chunk with a sprinkle of sea salt." My dad strode out from his study, still suited up from the office despite the late hour. As a Wells Fargo advisor for over a decade, he wore those suits like shields, crisp and unyielding. "Alex, my college star," he boomed, yanking me into a hug that felt scripted, too tight. "How'd finals go?" "Solid, Dad. All A's this term." That's the Thorne smarts shining through. He slapped my back, but his gaze probed mine, hunting for cracks. "Bet that drive wiped you out. Head up and unpack. Dinner soon." My old room had morphed into a bland guest suite. Beige walls, forgettable prints, stripped of my posters and trophies. But what stopped me cold was the door opposite, Grandpa Elias's room, now sporting a heavy deadbolt that hadn't been there a month ago. "Mom!" I shouted down the stairs. "Why the lock on Grandpa's door?" "Just for storage," she called up. "Holiday gifts in there. No peeking." But I'd glimpsed her hauling presents to the attic the second I arrived. Same spot every year since I busted the Santa myth. The excuse was flimsy, lazy, and it ignited a spark of doubt sharper than any clever dodge. I tried shaking it off while unpacking. But Grandpa Elias and I shared a bond forged in quiet moments. Him schooling me on casting lines at Cherry Creek, curving pitches in the neighborhood park, bluffing at cards in his garage while Gran thought we were tinkering. After she passed 6 years back, I'd bunked with him that raw first week, reminding him to eat, to pop his heart pills, to know he wasn't adrift. At 79, he'd stayed vital. Gym sessions thrice weekly, Saturday golf, chess wins that humbled me. He'd offloaded his hardware chain for millions a decade ago, but lived simply. A 2016 Chevy truck, that old Timex watch from the 80s. Wealth whispers, he'd say. Flash it, and folks scheme to snatch it. Our last chat in October had rung wrong. His words slurred, thoughts looping. When I'd flagged it to Mom, she'd blamed sudden dementia, saying docs were scouting facilities. But now, staring at that locked door, I wondered if any doctors had ever been involved. Dinner was roast beef with creamy potatoes and crisp beans, my childhood comfort plate. My parents peppered me with questions about classes, my girlfriend Sophia, next semester's plans, their voices laced with unnatural zeal, like reciting lines from a bad play. So, when can I see Grandpa? I cut in. Got his gift ready. A heavy silence dropped. They traded glances, a wordless exchange thick with secrets. Well, Dad drawled, Grandpa Elias is in a dedicated care center now. The decline hit hard. Pros handling it. Which one? Pine Ridge Elder Care, hour north of here. I'll visit tomorrow. Oh, sweetie, Mom cooed, patting my hand. Strict hours, advance booking. Sudden faces confuse dementia patients. Since when? We're tight. He'd want this. Alex. Dad's tone sharpened, the closer's edge. He's not the man you knew. Disease stripped him. Barely knows us. Gets combative, even aggressive. Aggressive? Grandpa, the guy who relocates spiders outdoors? It's tragic, Mom murmured. Changes everything. I ached to push back, but their stares pinned me. Analytical, watchful. So I nodded, pivoting to lighter tales. My roommate's clingy partner, the prof in the eternal green tie. But sleep evaded me that night, the lock's image burning, their answers echoing scripted, their eyes flicking with calculation. At 2 a.m., I slipped out, pressing my ear to Grandpa's door. The deadbolt gleamed, lockable only from outside, odd for gifts. Then a sound. Steady breaths, someone slumbering within. Heart pounding, I retreated, Googling Pine Ridge. 3 spots matched vaguely, none an hour north. I dialed the nearest, voicemailing about visits for Elias Thorne. Morning brought Mom's snowman pancakes, a ritual since kindergarten. Dad scrolled his tablet, muttering stocks and headlines. The normalcy felt forced, oppressive. Heading out for lunch with old pals, I said. Max and Ryan are in town. Sounds fun, Mom replied. Back by 5, we've got a special dinner. Special? And just family vibes. Nice welcome for you. I skipped the meetup, hitting the Denver library instead. 3 hours unearthed horrors. Store sale docs showing $4.2 million funneled to untraceable accounts. His home sold 7 months prior. Not voluntary move-in as claimed. A power of attorney with a signature nothing like his precise hand. Worst, a court filing 8 months back. Parents seeking incompetency ruling via Dr. Harlan Voss. But Voss's license, revoked 3 years ago for peddling psych meds to seniors for family bribes. My parents had bought a fraud stamp to brand Grandpa insane. In the library lot, engine idling. Reality crashed. The folks who'd shuttled me to soccer, tutored math, wept at my grad. Criminals. They'd robbed the man who'd shaped me. Worse, they held him captive. That breathing? Grandpa. Trapped while they spun facility tales. Police tempted me, but proof was thin. A lock, shady papers. I needed visuals, his state documented, proof of coercion. Home by 4:30, Mom prepped a lavish spread. 2 place settings at the table, a tray in the corner. What's the tray for? I asked. Dad's working through dinner, she said. Big pitch tomorrow. But I'd seen the setup for Grandpa's game nights, angled for TV and table views. Actually, she chirped, overly bright, special guest tonight. My pulse spiked. Who? Grandpa. Facility okay to home visit. Early holiday cheer. But you said visits disorient him. It's the season. Staff thought family time might help. The lie screamed, but I swallowed fury. This was my shot to uncover truth. At 6 sharp, Dad headed up. Key turned, murmurs drifted, footsteps shuffled down. Grandpa appeared, and my gut twisted. He'd shed 45 pounds since summer. Clothes dangling like rags, face hollowed, eyes, my inherited blues, dimmed, foggy. He shuffled, wincing, Dad's vice grip on his arm. Worst, constant blinks, head shakes, battling mental haze. Look, Dad, my father boomed. Alex is home from school. Grandpa's gaze locked mine, a flicker of raw, terrified knowing. Alex, he rasped. Hey, Grandpa. I rose for a hug, but Dad's hold tightened. Let's seat him. He's wobbly. They parked him at the tray, Mom plating pre-cut bites like baby food. His fork trembled. How you doing, Grandpa? I ventured. He glanced at my parents, then me, lips fumbling. The meds cloud everything. Dad's on treatments for his issues, Mom interjected. Keeps him steady. What meds? I pressed. Stuff for dementia, nerves, outbursts. Show me the labels. Alex, Dad warned. No med talk at dinner. Enjoy the moment. I watched him falter. Shakes dropping food. Eyes drifting shut against drowsiness. Speech garbled. But when parents averted, Mom fetching pie, Dad on phone, Grandpa seized a napkin, scribbling with a stray pen. Shaky script. 3 words. He slid it. I pocketed it as Dad glanced up, pulse thundering. What you jotting, Dad? Dad asked. Silk over steel. Nothing. Sketching. No pens for you. Doc's rule. He snatched it, eyeing me. He signs nonsense. They swapped wary looks. Briefly, Mom allowed. He needs night doses. Alone, I clasped his frail, chilled hands. Grandpa, what's really going on? Tears welled. Pills muddle me. Can't think. They call me mad to everyone. How long upstairs? April, May. Days blur. They took it all. Funds. Home. Pills knock me out for days. I'll free you. They've got papers. Doc says dementia. You have it? His gaze sharpened. Lucid. No. Poisoned. Heard them. Haldol, Ativan, Seroquel. Antipsychotics, sedatives. Make me seem nuts. Alex. Dad barked from the hall. Done. As Dad dragged him off, Grandpa's backward glance brimmed with 8 months' silent pleas. Finally heard. That night I schemed. Researched the drugs. Heavy hitters mimicking dementia and overdose. Cases mirrored this. Kin drugging elders for inheritance grabs. Victims dismissed as rambling. Perfect scheme. Who trusts a confused senior over doting family? By dawn, plan set. Risky, family-shattering, but vital. Couldn't abandon him another day. 1. Video proof. My laptop webcam, phone, charger. Capture his state, story, parents dosing him. 2. Urgent medical aid. Drugs risked lasting harm. Months of neglect ravaged him. Found a 24/7 elder abuse line. 3. Block kidnap claims. Needed pros, medics to verify his sanity. Sunday dawned. Parents homebound. Complicating things. Spending day with Sophia, I lied. She's visiting folks. Send hugs, Mom said. Ditched that, drove to Denver General. Met Dr. Elena Cruz, geriatric abuse expert. I'd rung her emergency line at dawn. She listened. Grave. Grave allegations, she said, scanning my dachshund napkin. If true, he's in peril. Can you come? Examine if I extract him? Better. I'll loop protective services. Cops for welfare check. Not yet. They're cunning. Fake papers ready. Need video first. She waited. Dangerous path. He's family. He'd risk for me. She handed her cell. Evidence secured? Call. Team mobilizes. Home. Parents glued to football. Sophia good? Mom asked absently. Yeah. Can I bring Grandpa dinner? More time with him. Suspicion flared. Bad idea, Dad said. Evenings rile him. Sundowning. I'll be gentle. Might be my last shot pre-semester. Maybe my plea swayed. They relented. Just food, Mom cautioned. If upset, fetch us. 6 o'clock. Mom prepped tray, soup, roll, 7 pills in a cup. Ensure he swallows all. Key for his health. Tray in hand I climbed. Mom unlocked. Stench assaulted. Stale confinement laced with bleach. Blackout drapes shrouded windows. Dim lamp cast shadows. Grandpa hunched by the pane. Vacant stare. Same clothes. A new alert bracelet glinting. Grandpa. He turned sluggishly. Face softening. Alex, you returned. Door locked behind. I set tray, knelt. Phone recording from pocket. Tell me all clear as you can. He eyed the door. Terror flashing. They eavesdrop. Ignore. Speak. 20 minutes. His tale poured out. Phone capturing. Parents spiking meals last spring. Waking locked, amnesic. Forced signatures under haze. Home sold. Assets drained to their control. Tried fleeing once, he said, voice gaining force. Smashed window. They spun psychotic break to neighbors. Upped doses after, I showed pills. These? Haldol, shuffles, tremors. Ativan, Seroquel. Knockouts. Yellow? Heart races, sight blurs. How no? Not mad, Alex. Poisoned. Overhear them dosing checks. Control, not kill. Need me breathing for pension, social security. Tonight, we escape. How? Papers claim incompetence. Doc backs dementia. Doc's disbarred. And this, I tapped phone. Proves captivity. Drugging. Hope sparked in his eyes. More basement, behind boiler. Hidden box from Grand's illness days. Real docs will. Competency proofs. Journal from early captivity. Before fog thickened. They missed it. Secret. Never shared. Phone buzzed. Mom's text. Okay? Fine, slow eater. Grandpa grabbing box. Then cops. Careful, if caught. Won't be. Settled him, knocked. Mom retrieved tray, noting untouched pills. He complained. Sick. She huffed. I'll dose him later. Essential. In room, I fired video to Dr. Cruz, Sophia, cloud backup. Evidence safe. Waited till parents zoned on game. Then basement dive. Box there, dusty veil. Inside, statements tallying $4.2 million pre-theft. Will splitting to me charities. Parents got zilch beyond house. Clean bill from True Doc 6 months back. Journal. Damning entries. May 12th. Marcus and Lydia bolted me in. Safety, they claim. It's cash grab. Ignored Elias's warnings on Marcus's bets. May 16th. Foods tainted. Post-meal fog, dizzy, blackout. Refused once. Marcus force-fed. May 20th. Doc Voss visited. Begged help. Smirked. Noted. Marcus slipped cash envelope. May 25. Hands quake. Dose hike. Lydia banking calls. Draining all. May 30th. Last. Can't resist. If found, aid me. Son. Wife thieving. Imprisoning. Not demented. Drugged. Help. Snapped all. Called Cruz. Got journal, video, docs. Danger. They're redosing soon. En route with cops, services. 15 minutes. Safeguard him? Will. Upstairs, Mom readied fresh tray, pills. Ensuring he complies. Vital. Mom, stop. She froze. What? No more pills. Alex, you don't grasp his care. I grasp Haldol. Seroquel aren't for dementia. 9 months poisoning for his fortune. Tray crashed. Pills skittering. Color drained. What nonsense. All. Fake doc. Forged papers. $4.2 million theft. Done. Dad rushed in at the noise. Reading our faces. Game over. Alex, hear us. Hear imprisonment. Poisoning. House sale. Savings raid. Debts crushed us. Dad admitted, toneless. Bets flops. Losing all. So rob Grandpa? He's loaded, 79. Won't miss it. We're blood. You're jailers. Felons. Mom sobbed, heaving. Not meant eternal. Just debt clear. 9 months, Mom. Poison. Cage. Threats loomed. They'd harm us unpaid. So harm him. Sirens wailed, nearing. They heard. What did you do? Dad snarled. What should have from lock sighting? Chaos erupted. Officers, medics, services swarmed. I guided to Grandpa's cell. Locked, wasted, pill bottle strewn. Crews examined amid questions. No dementia, she told a detective. Classic chemical curb. Confusion, rage, amnesia. All drug effects. Elder abuse prime. Parents cuffed that night. Neighbors gawked as the ideal thorns. Finance whiz dad, PTA queen mom, hauled for abuse, imprisonment, fraud. Mom twisted back from squad car. And we're your parents. You were his son, I shot. Didn't halt you. Grandpa ambulanced to Denver General. I rode, gripping his hand as IVs flowed. Detox begun. You rescued me, he murmured. You fought. Note sparked it. Never quit. Wanted to fade. But you deserved truth. 3 weeks hospitalized, cleared toxins. Probe revealed. $4.1 million stolen. Million blown on debts. Luxuries. Yacht. Gems. Conferences abroad. FBI dove in. Dad embezzled clients too. Masking with expertise. Desperation birthed crime spree. Trial scorched, I testified, detailing cell discovery, video playback, journal reads. Family fractured. Some backed me, others decried airing dirt, sullying name. Uncle Theo, Dad's brother, handled private. Parents cared, methods flawed but safe. Safe? I flashed rescue pics. 45 pounds gone, sores, no son 9 months. Family sticks. Not lockskin, steel savings. Mom drew 7 years. Abuse, cage, scam. Dad 14, plus embezzlement. Lost home, savings, standing. News branded Colorado's vilest elder case. Grandpa bunked with me post-recovery. I switched to UC Denver, nabbed nearby flat. Funds mostly reclaimed, though chunks vanished. PT's rebuilt strength. Therapy mended mind. Bit by bit, the witty, warm mentor resurfaced. Who'd hooked fish, dealt cards, instilled justice. How'd Marcus turn monster? He pondered one chess night, trouncing me, mind razor sharp. Choices, I said. Easy cash over grind. Comfort over your worth. What twists the son against father? Slow rot. Unpaid loans. Resentment brew. Entitlement festers. By luck, you were obstacle, not dad. Why you moved fast? Saw rot pre-normalize? Loved you over fearing them. Your note eyes, complicit or your grandson? Chose latter, he advanced. La checkmate. Board trapped me blind. How? Experience and unseen moves win. Year to full heal. Nightmares of confinement. Slams triggering panic. Trust shattered. Yet resilient. Volunteered seniors. Schooling finance guards. Abuse flags. Partnered services for talks. Lobbied protections. If my hell spares one, he said, good blooms from ash. I swapped business major for social work. Fired by rescuers. Frontline guardian. Spotting signs. Acting. Sophia stood rock solid. Court flanks. Study aids. Listening vents on parental betrayal trauma. Devastating, she said. Still your folks. Were, I amended. Perps are aliens. Ideal parents? Mirage. Toughest prison mail. Mom's weekly pleas. Attacks. Sorry yet pressured. Wrong yet family wrecker. Love yet betrayal. Ignored. Nothing left. Dad silent. But kin relayed bitterness. Victim of ungrateful kid. Manipulated grandpa. You'll see. But I saw. Saved life. Halted crime. Picked justice over ease. Truth over peace. Bold over mute. 3 years post, Grandpa, 82, strode my grad aisle. Unassisted. Mind keen. At social work bachelor's call, his cheer boomed. My grandson. My savior. Post-ceremony, sunbathed, he gifted a box. What's this? See? His Timex. 80 survivor of 9-month hell. Grandpa can't. You will. Symbol, time. They tried thieving mine. You restored it. Ours now, from your guts. You'd have for me. Hope so. But we know. Crunch time, you didn't blink. Saw lock, probed. Heard plea, rose. Strapped it, scuffed, steadfast. Thanks for all. Me thank you. Victims hush. Abuses their blood. Supposed protectors. Last case. Son shed locked 91-year mom. Daily scraps. Bucket dumps. Found, she whispered sorries. Burden. Understanding his need. Not trouble, I said. He is. You merit better. Sunlight freed her. She clutched. Thought death there. Not my watch. Meant it. Each save honors grandpa. Turn suffering purpose. Shows one voice shifts tides. Grandpa's 85. Independent in senior haven. Poker king, tail spinner. Weekly dinners. Our Timexes tick. Generations bound by time. Truth, timely valor. He muses on parents sometimes. Early releases. Mom 5 years, dad 10. Divorced inside, mutual blame. No contact. Regret? He asked lately. Their choices cruelty? Yes. Stopping? No. You? Never. But what ifs? No break visit? Don't. I came, doubted lies. Sought you. Matters. True. Mornings free. Own bed. Choices. I bless a grandson defying parents. You armed me. Lessons. Morals fueled guts. We rescued each other. Yeah. 4 years since that locked room. Since choice reshaped all. Since loving means shielding from loved one's harm. Napkin. Help me, Alex. Drawered at work. Courage cue. World changer. Folks ask, Miss Parents? Wish different? Sure. Bike teachers, game cheerers, proud proclaimers. But those masked beasts caging, poisoning kin for cash. Love delusions. Real monsters alien. Fine. Not fine. Silence fueling abuse. Kin suspecting, fearing trouble. Neighbors noting vanishings, swallowing tails. Systems easing kin grabs on elders' cash. Liberty. Story shared. Warning, rally. Suspect abuse. Isolation, exploit act. Shun easy outs. Demand visits. Eye drug signs. Waste, seclusion. Probe finance shifts. Rushed powers. Mismatched yarns. Gut wrong. Trust. Now someone's caged, drugged, robbed by trusted. Slipping pleas. Awaiting eyes. Be seer. Actor. Justice over ease. Truth over smooth. Shield over hush. At 21. Break home. Learned parents' monsters. Easier. Ignore. Swallow lies. Flee school. Let handle. But easy wrongs. Hard choice soul self-livable Alex Thorne. 4 years back, freed grandpa from parents. Learned adulthood skips age. Freedom. Hits when aid needed. Cost be damned. That lock caged him, but unlocked our freedom. Thanks for hearing my rushed maturity tale. 2 more on screen. Young guys grasping adulthood skips 21. Strikes when kin demands strength. Pick resonating. Join our overnight grown community? Bell waits. Till next recall, age numbers, courage cores you.